if Obama and Romney respected the Constitution, okay, they would not support the NDAA. They would not support the Patriot Act. They would end the Fed. They would abolish the IRS. They would legalize gold as only legal tender, according to the Constitution. They would repeal Obamacare. They wouldn't support the TSA. They wouldn't support drones. They would only go to war if there was a declaration of war approved by Congress. And I could go on and on and on. Now, Benjamin Franklin said that any society that would give up a little liberty to gain a little security will deceive neither and lose both. So think about that, because Romney and Obama both support drones, both support NDAA, both support TSA, both support going to war, and on and on and on. The more security that we have means the less freedom that you and I will have. So when trying to compare Romney and Obama, think about those issues when you go out to vote, because both of them support those things which are unconstitutional and will lead our country, I believe, into a worsening state condition. Now, if we were to assess between the two of them, which is probably less likely to do damage on the country, I would have to go with Romney, even though Romney could have very well actually do more damage than Obama. It's tough. It's a tough decision. But, you know, from what Romney has said, even though he's flip-flopped, you gotta basically, you know, if you're gonna vote for one of them, you gotta vote for the better one of, you know, them. So, you know, I'm not voting for neither of them, but I would say that if you're voting for either Romney or Obama, obviously go with the person that would least likely do the least harm to our country. Now, I would like to say something else, and that's about Romney. Okay, listen to this. One ex-Mormon wrote in Why I Left the Mormon Church, but the ultimate goal of the church, as stated publicly by its early leaders Joseph Smith and Brigham Young, but not mentioned so publicly by more recent Mormon leaders, is to establish the Mormon Kingdom of God in America and to govern the world as God's appointed representatives. The church is already influential in the making of secular policy, as was proven not so long ago when the Equal Rights Amendment was defeated with decisive help from the Mormon Church. To me, the possibility that the Mormon Church might control America is a frightening prospect. And rightfully so, because Mormonism is a cult, it's a sect. And that is not good. So then they go on to state that, you know, Romney could be Antichrist, or, you know, you never know. You just really never know. I mean, obviously anybody who's against Christ is an Antichrist, so you could really say that Romney is an Antichrist because he's against Christ, because he's for Mormonism. So that's something to think about. You know, you might not think that it's very influential now, but you never know what happens under the scenes. You know, I'm not much, you know, I've listened to many conspiracy theories. I've listened to Alex Jones. coast to coast. And, you know, I'll tell you just one thing. I'm not ignorant. And, anything's possible. So, um, think about that when you do decide if you're going to vote for either Romney or Obama.